Cash is key to any business, and SAP Business One knows this. Access the advanced cash flow reporting directly from the Quick Links toolbar. Let's restrict this time period down to the next few weeks or so. Here we can see the incoming transactions that are being picked up by this model in blue, and we can see any outgoing payments showing in green. The yellow line shows our net position for the period of time that we have selected. If we want to see in more detail what documents and transactions are being picked up by this model, we can drill onto any of the data points, either the yellow line here for our net position or the bar that we have been picked up. As we go across the month, we can see that our cash has gradually increased mid-month, but then we come to month end and we can see that we have this significant outgoing amount. I want to see more detail as to why this particular invoice is being picked up. It looks a high value. Let's see what's going on. Using the golden arrows, we drill through to that particular purchase invoice, and if I view the relationship map, we can see the chain of events that has led to this particular invoice. So we can see the purchase order, we see the goods receipt PO, this is when the goods have been received into stock, and we can see our purchase invoice that we're looking at in question here. And we can see the red bar here showing that the document is currently unpaid. What else can we see within this window? To the bottom here we have a table listing all of the documents that is being picked up between this particular date and the date that we have at the end. And we can use the golden arrow and we can see a list of all these particular purchase invoices that we expect to be going out during this period selected. I may want to configure and look at things slightly differently. If I deselect the opening balance, I can see here that if we start with a 0 cash position, what is the net cash flow over the period of time? Up until the end of August here, we can see that we have a positive cash flow. However, come to month end, we can see here the cash flow dips and we have a net cash position of just under £100,000. We may want to amend the criteria that we're looking at, or the documents that have been selected. If we tick recurring postings, this will now include any recurring journals that we have set up in SAP Business One. Now these may be direct debits that we have set up to go out of our bank account. So we've set these up to go out on a monthly basis and this will automatically get picked up. We may have some predicted salary journals, etc. within the system that we want to be included in our cash flow. We may have recurring transactions set up. Recurring transactions are a great way to set up repeat orders. We may have finance agreements, rent invoices, service charge invoices, etc. that we know are going to pass through every month, and rather than having to key those manually, setting them up as a recurring transaction means that all we have to do is add the supplier reference and click add each month or each occurrence of those triggering. This means that when we look at our cash flow as well, we're picking up these transactions before we even get the invoice from our suppliers or we process our sales to customers. Blanket agreements allow us to see contracts that we have set up against our sales ledger or purchase ledger. We're able to include journal vouchers, which may include held or provisional journals. Some people may use journal vouchers as well to enable this what-if modelling. So if we know that we have a particular expenditure coming, we could put it in as a journal voucher to enable us to map that into our forecast. We may include draft documents. Draft documents including purchase orders awaiting for authorization by the budget holder, sales orders awaiting approval by the sales manager, for example. Or it may be that users have draft documents sitting there waiting for further information from a supplier or customer. We may also want to consider delays in payment. So if we know a customer always pays us 5 days late, rather than expecting the cash today, the cash would be expected in 5 days' time, meaning that our cash flow forecast is much more accurate. We may also want to amend our certainty level. Now this allows us to determine what documents are being picked up in this model. Looking at this, certainty level 1 is higher certainty, certainty level 8 is less certain. Obviously, any incoming and outgoing payments already set up on SAP Business One, we want to ensure that they are high certainty. As we move down the chain, any invoices or credit notes that we have in the system, we know that they have a liability or a cash incoming from our customer, so we know that they have to be paid or received payment coming in. But we know that if we've delivered goods, we also have expectation of cash coming in. Likewise, on our sales orders, we can see these showing as certainty level 7. So if I adjust this certainty now and include our documents further, we can see sales orders now having an impact and purchase orders having an impact on our cash flow. How is that the case? How can cash be determined from the sales order? So here I look at this particular sales order and I'm going to pick one here down towards the month end. So here we've got a sales order 1482. If I drill into this, the sales order has a due date. So it's expecting that we are going to deliver these goods tomorrow, 29th of July. If we look at the accounting tab, the default terms have been picked up from the customer account, so net 30 days. So the system will expect that once we deliver those goods, we will invoice near immediately thereafter, and the system will say that this invoice is then due for 30 days time after the delivery date. Obviously, any of these data points we can click onto and we can drill into that detail. I hope this has given you a really quick flavour of the advanced cash flow reporting inside SAP Business One version for HANA.